Well, all eyes are certainly going to be on Texas this week, but our forecast locally is easy on the eyes.
Pretty easy. We might get a little bit of rain, actually, from another system coming up closer to us. We'll show you that in a minute, Ken. Okay. But good evening, everybody. Let's see what's going on with what happened to the hot weather this month. Didn't have much in August. We only had one day that it got to 90. That was last Tuesday when it hit 91, and that's it for the month. We've had 12 days so far this year. On average, we get one in September, but no sign that we're going to have any, at least the beginning of September. Although on Labor Day, looking way ahead, there's a shot that we may be well up into the 80s on Labor Day. That's just going way out on the limb, but that's the way it looks right now. Today, we had Club 77 from Brookline, New Hampshire at the Captain Douglas Academy. Also in Natick, Massachusetts at the Bennett Hemingway Elementary School down in Walpole. The high school also 77 degrees today. Boston hit 71. The sea breeze came in and cooled the coast off this afternoon, but it was a very pleasant day with a low humidity. The sunshine giving away a lot of those fair weather clouds this afternoon, and now the temperatures drop back to near 60 or under, or even close to or 50 or just a bit under here. In Taunton, there's a little bit of fog forming. So again, it's going to be another cool night like the last two nights have been. There's a little patches clouds here near Boston, some of the Metro West communities. It seems to be migrating westward. I don't think we're going to see as many clouds around in the sky tomorrow as we saw today. After we wake up tomorrow morning to these low temperatures, which will be in the 40s in outlying suburban locations, but the urban centers will be in the mid to upper 50s for the most part. In most places, it should be clear. There just might be a few patches of clouds, but most places clear. Rising up to the mid-70s, almost as high as today, maybe a degree or two down. Along the coast, about 70, with that sea breeze coming in again at 5 to 15 miles per hour. So at the beaches, again, close to 70, falling back a little bit in the afternoon to the upper 60s. Water temperatures at east-facing beaches have gone down a little bit, down to 62 to 66 from what they were earlier in a couple of weeks ago. The high tide occurs at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so you get plenty of beach room on the beach here late in the morning with that low tide. Pollen, high levels of pollen over the next few days. It's that time of the year, you know that. You folks who suffer with ragweed and sagebrush, making high pollen levels over the next several days. High temperatures will be in the 80s across a good chunk of the country, except out in the Intermountain West. Some really high temperatures in the 90s there, mostly in the 70s in New England. There is Harvey down there, still cranking out rain. Here's the system we're watching closely. It's not been named yet, but it looks like there's at least a pretty good 90% chance that this is going to turn into Tropical Storm Irma, but being a minor storm, or as it's hugging the coast, a lot of its circulation won't be out over the Atlantic and having a chance to really intensify sharply. Nevertheless, it will become Irma coming along the Carolina coastlines and then turning out to sea for the most part. But it looks like we're going to be on the northern fringe of that. First things first, tomorrow the sunshine will give way to just a few clouds, fewer than today. So it should be a nice day, but that sea breeze keeping it a bit cooler. Looking at a Tuesday, it looks like more cloudiness is going to be coming in here during the day on Tuesday. So it'll be a cloudier day, but I don't think much precipitation. However, here is the storm, which is going to be called Irma, and it's likely to be steered out to sea. But the northern fringe of the rain may actually poke up into extreme southern New England, especially south of the Mass Pike, late Tuesday night and first thing Wednesday morning, and then that'll be chased out to sea by another system coming in from the west, which will warm us up for the warmest day on Thursday with a couple of scattered afternoon showers and storms. And then it brightens up for this weekend, although fast-moving fronts coming through may trigger a shower scattered this upcoming Labor Day weekend, but we also may be warm, 83 to as high as maybe 87 on Labor Day. At least that's the way it looks right now. That's your forecast. Have a good week. Ken?